What's good, guys? Fantasy Joe back here in our fantasy football profile. Today, we are talking Darrell Henderson, running back for the Los Angeles Rams, and his 2021 fantasy football outlook. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I have a ton of these fantasy profiles on the channel. I have a ton of other strategy, redraft, dynasty, super flex content on the channel. Check all that stuff out. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Thank you guys for watching. Let's hop into it. So Darrell Henderson, absolutely great opportunity ahead of him. I think that's one of the things I definitely want to touch on. So when Cam Akers went down for the Los Angeles Rams this year, he was going in the back of the first round, and now Darrell Henderson has fallen all the way to mid-fourth. I've seen people give him the fifth round of drafts. And I think he should definitely be in the late third, even mid-third to early fourth range for sure. I'm comfortable taking him. Now, the reason is I think this is a great offensive scheme for an RB. We've seen running backs dominate for fantasy if you're the starter for the Rams ever since McVay has been there. Every year that McVay has been there, the team has been 10th in running back attempt, or has been every year that the Sean McVay has been in LA, the Rams have been top 10 in running back attempts and top 10 in rushing touchdowns. Darrell Henderson is the only back that really stands to, gain from that. Obviously, there's other backs in the team, but Darrell Henderson, all reports have him being the lead back in this scheme. He's not playing in the preseason at all, which is something McVay does with his starters. They know they need Henderson this year. They know he's good. They spent a third-round draft pick on him 2 years ago. Listen, I'm not here to say that he would have been involved if Akers hadn't been there, but Akers isn't here now, and that's a fact. And I think that a majority of this work is going to Henderson. I think he could get 15 carries a game, a few receptions per game as well. I think if he gets that type of work, he's going to be very, very dangerous for fantasy. He's a talented running back. I think that's another thing that people have to understand. He's not bad. Sure, he disappointed a little bit as a rookie, but last year he graded out as the 11th best running back according to Pro Football Focus. Was a good pass blocker, a good pass catcher out of the backfield. And I think that's something that, Stafford could definitely use. I think Stafford brings a whole new level of upside to this offense too. The offense could be so much better now with Stafford as opposed to Goff. They could be, scoring a lot more touchdowns. The scheme, I think, is going to be different. They're going to have a more aggressive approach, similar to what we saw these great Rams offenses be like a few years ago when Goff was, playing well. They're pushing the ball downfield. I think that's what they're going to do the whole time with Stafford. I think they're still going to continue to run the ball and have that be a dangerous part of their game. But I think that, they could have a lot more scoring opportunities with Matthew Stafford as the quarterback than they even did before. And I think that could, Darrell Henderson stands to benefit greatly from that. Stafford also throws to the running back a ton, which is where I think Henderson could really benefit. I think he's a guy that, just from Stafford using him as a safety blanket, could end up racking up more receptions than we think. The Lions had running backs at 81 receptions last year. I think Henderson could get a big chunk of those. I just think he's a guy who has sneaky 40 reception upside that not many people are talking about. I could easily see that happening. I'm not necessarily projecting that, but 40, 45 receptions isn't outside of the ballpark. So I have him projected for 240 plus carries, 1,000 rushing yards, 30 plus receptions for 250 plus receiving yards, and 10 plus touchdowns. He could easily do more than that. Last year, in games that he received more than 12 carries in, he averaged over 13.5 points per game and a half-point PPR. That would have been a back-end RB1 when he had the job for the 6 weeks when Akers was down. He's RB13 from that time span. I expect him to be a back-end RB1, and that's why I'm drafting him accordingly in the middle of that third round. Anywhere after that, I'm willing to take him. If you guys made it to this point in the video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stick around, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section down below. Let me know where you're taking Darrell Henderson in drafts. Until next time, this is Fantasy Joe. See you guys.